Invictus Games documentary sparks outrage. Veterans accuse Harry and Meghan of exploiting their stories for personal gain. A documentary film about the Invictus Games, an event founded by Prince Harry for injured and wounded service members, has stirred controversy and anger, with numerous veterans accusing the Duke and Duchess of Sussex of exploiting their stories for personal gain. The documentary, executive produced by Harry, aimed to showcase the resilience and triumphs of these courageous athletes. However, the veterans involved revealed a disturbing truth. The film had become a vehicle for Harry and Meghan's own narrative, overshadowing the very people it was meant to celebrate. "We put our hearts and souls into those games, thinking it would help provide for our families and support our recovery," said Jake, a former soldier who lost both legs in Afghanistan. "But instead of that money going to us, it seems Harry and Meghan used it to make themselves look good." Allegations quickly surfaced that the Sussexes had diverted funds from the Invictus Games budget to finance their own projects, leaving veterans feeling betrayed and used as props to elevate the couple's public image. "This was never about them, it was about us, the wounded warriors who were promised help and support," said Sarah, a former Marine who suffered a traumatic brain injury. But somehow it all got twisted around to make it the Harry and Meghan show. Critics were quick to pounce, accusing the couple of exploiting vulnerable veterans for personal gain. Some even called for Harry to be removed from his role as patron of the Invictus Games, arguing that he had lost sight of the event's true purpose. Harry claims to be this champion of veterans' causes, but his actions tell a very different story, said military analyst Mark Thompson. "He's turned what should be a celebration of resilience into a vanity project, and that's an absolute disgrace." In the wake of the scandal, numerous veterans reported that their stories and struggles had been sidelined in favor of the Sussexes' narrative. "We poured our hearts out in those interviews, thinking it would help raise awareness and support for our community," said Ahmed, a former Army medic. "But when I saw the final product, I hardly recognized myself. It was all about Harry and Meghan, not us." Further fueling suspicion, the source of funding for the documentary remained unclear, adding to the belief that the Invictus Games budget had been misused. Some athletes even alleged that the production had siphoned resources away from critical programs and services for wounded veterans. "We were promised that the Games would provide us with rehabilitation, mental health support, and job training," said Foda, a former Navy SEAL. "But instead, it seems that money was diverted to make this documentary that doesn't even properly represent our stories." As the scandal continued to unfold, the Invictus Games found itself in the crosshairs of criticism. Many argued that Harry's involvement had tainted the event and that his lack of transparency and commitment to the athletes had irreparably damaged its credibility. "The Invictus Games were supposed to be about us, the wounded warriors who refused to be defined by our injuries," said Jake. "But now it's all about Harry and his fame, and that's just not what we signed up for." The fallout from the documentary has left many veterans disillusioned and disheartened, questioning whether the event they believed in has been corrupted by the very people it was meant to serve. The accusations against Harry and Meghan have cast a dark shadow over the Invictus Games, leaving many wondering if the true purpose of the event has been lost amidst a quest for personal gain and fame. The scandal has raised serious questions about accountability, transparency, and the responsibility of those in positions of power to uphold the values they claim to represent. It has also highlighted the need for increased scrutiny and oversight to ensure that events like the Invictus Games remain focused on their intended purpose and truly serve those they are designed to benefit.